Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. Today's video is going to be the new makeup releases for January 2024. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. This video is going to be an overview of all of the new makeup that has been announced, that has just released, or that is about to release. And this is my update for January 2024, and we're going to be continuing this series in the new year. Once a month, I like to come on here to give you all my thoughts on some of the makeup products that have been announced that are going to be new to market and how I feel about them. I don't do it any more often than once a month because my brain doesn't like that. It's just my mental health likes me to do it just once a month. So that's why I do it once a month. So I hope you're here for it. And in case you're new here and you've never been to this channel before, hi, my name is Maaike. I live in the Netherlands. I have fair skin with a cool to neutral undertone, and this greatly influences my makeup preferences. I have been reviewing makeup for more than a decade. I love getting the use out of my makeup, trying eyeshadow palettes, and using some Essence and Catrice bits. So if that's something you're interested in, then I hope you would like to consider subscribing. New makeup releases of the new year. Let's just get this train rolling. I have 41 things to talk to you about, and there's already some spring releases. It's January. It's January. We're gonna get really cold weather in like 2 weeks' time, apparently. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. So here, first things first, we have some Lunar New Year kind of releases, which is the Year of the Dragon. This is Chantecaille. I'll pop some pictures up on the screen. So this is by Chantecaille, and it is their Red Juniper lipstick. Red for the Lunar New Year. How revolutionary. Or is that just me? Am I being too cynical? I don't know. But yeah, this is a lipstick that Chantecaille is coming out with to celebrate Lunar New Year. There's more brands who are doing products just for this holiday, which a lot of brands have been doing because the Asian market is, of course, huge. So something they can really, really make money with, I think. So yeah, that's a lovely release from Chantecaille, but not something I need. In fact, there's very little that's going to go onto the wish list from any of these because I have already bought a lot of makeup and I'm practically on a low buy where there's only like two or three things I want to get before Essence and Catrice drop their new collections in February. I'm really going to be holding off of buying too much. I'm going to be very honest here. Mina is going to pop up a couple of times in today's video. These are their new liquid eyeshadows. It's a sea and a sky shades, but it's a green and a pink. So I didn't really get this. So I'm sure like Mina is a brand I discovered in 2023. And I really enjoy the things I tried from them, and I would love to try more, but it's not going to be this. More Lunar New Year. This is by Laura Mercier. It's their powder, their caviar sticks, and a blush or a highlight. Oh, it's a blush. It's a blush. Yeah, these are just products they already have, I think, put in different packaging. So the question is, did we need this? And I think the answer to that is no can do. No can do. You just really didn't need this. Another thing I feel we didn't need was this next collab from Glamlight with Garfield. It's very warm toned, so definitely not up my street because warm tones and me, we all know how I feel about it. And this blush, like there's a face palette with a red and an orange, like straight up red and orange. If you have deep skin, run, don't walk. But for me and my complexion, this is just a bit too much. And it's like Glamlight is one of those brands that just kind of like it's starting to tick all of the boxes for any collab you could possibly ever do, which is turning me off the brand a little bit. Then we have Kylie Cosmetics, and they have a lip pencil that looks so cheap. In fact, that's how I felt about a lot of Kylie Cosmetics products, actually, that it feels a little bit too cheap, just a touch too cheap for my liking. So yeah, the Kylie Cosmetics lip pencils I know will not be for me, no matter how nice people say these are. I always felt that the entire Kylie Jenner makeup brand only had like fans because she's already famous. Maybe I'm just being too cynical. I don't know. Then we have something that does intrigue me, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get this anytime soon unless I travel somewhere where this is going to be sold. But L'Oreal has announced the True Match Radiance Serum Concealer. And concealer is one of the things I really want to get back into in 2024. It's just not a product I have been reviewing a lot lately, and I just feel I'm behind. So there are still a couple of more luxury releases like the Gucci and the YSL and the Estee Lauder that I would really like to try. And this would be a nice drugstore option. However, with L'Oreal, I just never know when it's going to make it to my country. Like with a lot of L'Oreal and also Maybelline releases, we sometimes have to wait a year for it to come to market where I live. So I hope this comes out better, like sooner rather than later, but there's just no telling. The doe foot on this looks super interesting, and it has a bit of a triangular shape, which I think will fit really nicely into the under eye. So I can see myself using this, especially because it says Radiance Serum. It has hyaluronic acid and caffeine. I mean, like, I think I'm going to like this. I'm not going to lie. I really, really think I do. So, but yeah, no telling when I'll be able to buy this. Then we have a palette that I know you can already buy from Monolith. This is the Gourmand Girls and Doodles by the Bunny collab called Silent Night. This was their Christmas release this year, and this is essentially a palette that appeals to me. Like, I look at this and I'm like, wow, this looks like a really great color story. It's a brand I've never tried. However, I have this feeling with a lot of the Gourmand Girls releases we've seen so far, a lot of it is very samey. Even within this palette, we have 2 yellows, 2 blue shimmers, 2 navy mattes, and 2 browns that look identical in the pan. And I've seen swatches, and apparently the 2 blue shimmers do have a different sort of flip to them. And it's very aesthetically pleasing to look at, but I don't think that if I were to use this on my eyes that I would enjoy it as much. I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but to me, I'm still sort of like eyeing up Gourmand Girls as a brand to try sometime in the future. But for me, they are just not quite right, you could say. So until they do something that I feel very excited for, I'm not going to be buying from them. But this is close. I just wanted a little bit more. Then we have Dior, and Dior has a lip maximizer, and this lip maximizer is something they've done before, so I think it's reformulated. It comes in like a baby blue shade, which is like a thing, like baby blue lip oils and stuff to like make a lipstick more cool toned. Like just buy a cool toned lipstick. I don't get it, but people are using it to sort of change the undertone of their lip products. Oh well, maybe if you have a lot of too warm for you lip products and you buy like a blue tone gloss, it might work. I don't know. I personally don't feel the need because I just call everything that's too warm toned and that I don't like. So, not for me. I also don't like lip plumpers. And this is like one of the I think one of the lip plumpers that really sort of paved the way for lip plumpers as well. Oh well, not a product that I need to get my hands on. Then we have lip oils from Too Faced, which just, they feel a little late to the party with this, I feel. And everything seems to have a level of like a shimmer particle to it, which in my lip oils, I just want them to be like transparent, a little bit of a pink tint, and I'm good to go. I don't need a green. I just don't. And I don't need them to be sparkly either. So I'm going to be passing up on this because not my thing. Then another product that I just don't need, it's the Benefit Whoop Lash Eyelash Serum. So this is one of those serums that's supposed to make your eyelashes grow longer. If you have very short, spiky lashes, I can see the appeal. But for me personally, I have long, curly lashes. I really don't need it. I've never used an eyelash curler in my life, people. My lashes just curl naturally. And they are pretty long because whenever I do my mascara, I need to be very careful to not push the mascara up against my brow bone. That's how long my lashes are. So, no need for this. I have no need for this for sure. Then next up, we have a full new collection from Physicians Formula. They have some like bronzer, blush, serum things, like it's creams and liquids and things they have done before, I feel. Physicians Formula is another brand where I'm not really sure that I can get my hands on this very easily. Physicians Formula is a little bit difficult to get where I live. However, there are now some of these websites like Beauty Bay and things like that where they sell a lot of different brands that do seem to be stocking Physicians Formula, and I no longer have to go through, like, way back in the day when the butter bronzer was like, butter bronzer was making waves. I had to buy it off of iHerb, which seems like such a dodgy website, but it worked, it arrived, it was okay in the end. But yeah, that could still be like the best way to get Physicians Formula if you are in the EU, but I find them a little bit expensive for what they have. And a lot of the best products that Physicians Formula has ever done are no longer with us, and I have decluttered mine very quickly indeed. Then we have the Petit Four Tyrion and Praline Épice from Viseart. So they have two new Petit Fours. The Tyrion is a more purpley one, the Praline one is the golden toned one. These aren't my kind of color stories, but if you look at the entire range of Petit Fours they've done, it does nicely slot into that collection, I feel. So from the brand's perspective, this makes total sense. It doesn't make sense for my collection though, so I'm going to be passing up on these as well. Now, I mentioned how I'm pretty much on a low buy and that there's only a couple of bits I would like to buy. One thing I'm waiting to get to Monolith is the Cold Moon from Ensley Rain. So this is already out on the Ensley Rain website, but I know Monolith has said that for one of their next launches it's going to be out. They just did their launch last week. The launch 12 was last week, which it wasn't in, so I'm guessing it's going to be in launch number 13. I follow Monolith on Instagram to know when their launches go live. They usually launch at 11 a.m. on a Sunday morning Central European time, so pretty perfect for me. But yeah, this is one. It's a cooler toned palette that isn't just like grays. There are some grays, but it's got some taupes, some greens, some like mauve things. For every matte, we get a shimmer, which I like. And some of the shimmers in here are apparently holographic. And that's something that I'm seeing this palette and what I'm seeing some other indie brands do as well. Multichromes are out. Multichromes are like the standard within indie palettes, I feel. And in 2024, what we're going to be seeing a lot more is holographic eyeshadow. I really think that holographic shimmers and glitters is where it's going to be at for 2024. So I've never tried Ensley Rain. I would love to try their formula. This and also their Enchanted Fantasy palette, that like pastely, purpley sort of thing that they did at the end of November. Like if both of those come to Monolith at the same time, I might pick up both of them in one go. But these are expensive palettes. Like their palettes are easily 80 or 90 euros. And I know that all Monolith, to get free shipping, I need to get to 100 euros. So in terms to get free shipping, I might pick up two palettes, but I'm still sort of eyeing up the Glam Light Friday. No, not the Friday the 13th. Was it the Friday the 13th? Friday the 13th palette, like the darker one with the like the different colors, like one of their Halloween releases. That is now on Monolith, so if that's still in stock, I might throw that one in instead. So we'll see how it goes. I haven't really planned it out yet, but the Cold Moon for sure. What I'm gonna put in there to make it to free shipping, I have no clue yet. Right, then we have the Stila Blush and Bronze Hydro Blur Cheek Duo. And this is a cream blush bronzer stick with one end is a bronzer, the other end is a blush. Really great concept. Here's why these things never work for me. None of the bronzer shades are teamed up with a blush shade that works for me. So the blush shades that would work for me are the brighter pink and the red, because those are the only things that are a little bit more cool tone leaning. But the bronzer shades that it's paired with are far too dark for me. And the bronzer shades that are light enough to possibly work on me, but they still look a bit too orange, are all orangey peachy shades. So, Stila, no. This is not going to work. No can do. Nars has, of course, another collection that looks like every other collection they've ever done. The Sweet Sensations collection. It's already out. They have the Afterglow Sensual Shine Lipstick, Afterglow Liquid Blush, and the Afterglow Irresistible Eyeshadow Palette. Maybe they've just decided to rename everything that used to be called Orgasm to use it Afterglow, because this still looks like the same pinky peach they've been doing for more than a decade. Next, e.l.f. has a couple of exciting releases. The Hydrating CC Cream. I was one of the very few people who liked the original CC Cream already. However, it was a little full coverage for me. So if this is also full coverage, I'm not going to like it. And it does say here it's full coverage, long lasting, but it does have a dewy finish. May have to try it. May have to try it. Not sure yet, because I still have plenty of foundations to try. Not in the market for anything new, but this could be one. If that's something let me know. Is that something you're interested in? Would you like me to try this? Let me know. Then we have from Inglot. Apparently they have been around for 40 years, and they have a 40 anniversary collection on their website. Some lipsticks and a face palette. I don't know. Inglot is one of those brands that used to be so exciting back when they really launched their Freedom system and they had all of their stores, and it's just one of those brands that has just fallen a bit by the wayside for me. I haven't thought about Inglot in a while. I just have Duraline and have the eyeshadows I like, and they are still pretty good to me, but I haven't needed anything else. Bella Beauté Bar then is next. The Angles of Illumination Magnetic Duo and Multichrome palette. So this is an expensive palette because it is pretty much only duochromes and multichromes. Like everything here has a shift. And I know that that's what a lot of people love and a lot of people like it. I have a couple of these things from Gloss Gods. And I like my Gloss Gods one, and those are half the price of what this is. So I'm going to stick to my Gloss Gods things that I already have. I have a green toned one, I have a blue toned one, and I have a purpley leaning one. And I think I can do all the things that Bella Beauté Bar is doing in this one single palette. So I'm happy with what I already have. I don't need this in my life. e.l.f., this is their Camo Liquid Blush. And I don't have a picture, but apparently they are also doing lip oils now. And a lot of people are claiming that it's like a perfect dupe for the Dior. And this is apparently a great dupe for the Rare Beauty. Just saying, this is probably sold out everywhere already. It's $7 each from the e.l.f. website. Yeah, looks pretty. Again, maybe another full face of e.l.f. sometime in 2024. Is that something we'd like to see? I'm going to have to wait like 6 months for these things to restock, I'm sure, because these are probably all gone. But yeah, that's another nice release from e.l.f. And also those lip oils, if those are any good, I might like them. Then the Simply Posh Cosmetics new release. This is Aurora Lights. This does kind of pull on my heartstrings. I'm not going to lie. The Simply Posh formula is one I haven't tried yet. Not sure I want to try them, though, because this is... It's 2 rows of mattes and 1 row of shimmers. It does have all the colors I want. So it's got the purples, the pinks, and then some blue leading into teals, greens, and then some neutrals that seem to be more cooler toned. And of course you have your nice little trio of shades that really nicely go together. So I can see the appeal. I'm not sure. How do we feel about this? Let me know in a comment down below. Like, is this something you would be interested in? Or maybe you're interested in me trying it at some point. I know Simply Posh is, again, listed on Monolith, so it would be a little easier for me to get, which is great. But this is just not a priority at the minute. I still have so many of my blue-green winter-themed palette that I haven't reviewed yet, and I'm like, I think I already have this a million times over in my makeup collection, so do I need this? The answer is no. The answer is no. Remember what I said at the start? There's a spring collection in here. This is by Paul and Joe. I didn't even know they still were around. Paul and Joe makeup I haven't heard people talking about for the longest time. The packaging is cute. It's definitely spring themed, but this is not something that I necessarily need. It's already out. It should be out by the end of December, early January on their website. I used to, I think a lot of UK YouTubers were talking about Paul and Joe makeup around like 2012. Haven't heard of them in like 10 years. This is a new indie brand, apparently. At least I haven't heard of them before. This is Playing in Makeup by Yolando, and it's the Visionary eyeshadow palette. And this looks stunning for people with deep undertone. Like if you have deep skin, this is your palette. For me, it looks a little too dark and saturated and a little too heavy. And again, there aren't enough shimmers in this as well. But yeah, this is 30 shades. And I think it's very much aimed at deeper skin tones than mine. So looks pretty for sure, but it's not for me. Natasha Denona, the mini Dream collection with a blush and the mini Dream palette. And this looks really pretty. But I can already tell that this is probably going to be a lot more warm toned than what the promotional pictures make it seem to be. I don't know. And again, I have found with a lot of the new Natasha Denona releases that here in Europe, we get them a little bit later. So I don't think I'm going to be able to see this in real life yet. As you're watching this, I haven't gone yet, but the day I'm filming this, I'm going to Paris the next day. So maybe I'll find it there. And if it's really beautiful, I might pick it up. It may be one of those like little things I still want to get, but I really want to try the High Glam Concealer from Natasha Denona. That's one I definitely would like to try. But yeah, this is just not something I necessarily need from the brand. So for now, I'm skipping this one. Unless I can see this in real life and see whether it's actually neutral or cool toned or not. But it's a warm tone mishap waiting to happen, especially because the My Dream palette is quite warm toned, like the bigger midi size, which I did try. Then Tarte has some new products. An eyeshadow palette, a to-go eyeshadow palette, and then there is some like mascara and a brush. I'm sure there's a market for this, but the market ain't me. So I'm going to be skipping this new Tarte release. It's called the Glamazon eyeshadow palette. The blue and the green look nice, but I don't need it. Pat McGrath has come out with some new pigments. They're like singles in a pot. It's the Chroma Lux Archery pigment. They're in 6 different shades, and it's $35 for a little pot. It's for lips and eyes, and it has a creamy texture and a metallic finish. So essentially they're cream shadows. But none of the shades appeal to me because everything looks peach and gold. Next! Anastasia Beverly Hills has a new lip product out, the Lip Velvet. I think ABH is trying to bring liquid lipsticks back. Like some of the trends we're seeing are so 2016. So 2016. I really think 2024 is also going to be the year where we see some of the 2016 makeup come back, but then at a little bit more of a sophisticated level. You know what I mean? This lip product is definitely sort of reminiscent of the liquid lipstick. And ABH was one of the brands that really pioneered that formula. So I think they're trying to bring sexy back, if you get that pun. Then I'm not sure if this is new, but I had never seen it before. But Mina has a liquid matte cream for eyes, lips, and cheeks. So it's like a liquid blush, but you can also use it on the eye area and on the lips. And this just looks really pretty. The No Rules Cream. If I can find this somewhere, I'm definitely going to be picking up a shade. I'm not sure if any of the shades truly appeal to me, because I wouldn't necessarily use any of the shades that are advertised on my eyes. But as far as blush shades go, these may be nice. That nudie one, like the 503 all the way on the right, that sort of nudie pink might work on me quite well. Here we have a Dandelion Gold from Benefit. This is their blush/highlighter hybrid product that they are releasing for the Lunar New Year. So we have some scales because it's, of course, dragon themed. And then the shade is pretty much Nars Orgasm with a slightly stronger golden shift. Kind of gives me Coralista vibes. Who remembers Benefit Coralista? That was like such a good blush shade. I think I had Pan in mine. I decluttered it years ago. More Mina, they have a rainbow color story in an eyeshadow palette. I didn't know they even did these kind of things. And it's even something that they do, like they were selling this somewhere and some of it went to charity. I don't know. All the colors palettes. And they also have a 9-pan that sort of corresponds to it. That's just the color palette. So I didn't see these kind of products from Mina before, so I'm not sure if they're new or if they're just being re-promoted. But if you're looking for a rainbow color story, then maybe this is this is worth a shot. This is a collection I actually saw in store, at least what was left of it, and this is the Essence Chili Vanilla. Yeah, Chili Vanilla limited edition collection. It is available in Europe, but whether it's going to come anywhere else, I have no information about it. Came with some liquid eyeshadows. It seemed to come with some sort of blush, lip mask, lip glaze, and a sponge. I saw this in my local store, and I was like, it looks a bit bland, so skipped on that for sure. Then Makeup by Mario has some satin lipsticks now out with a satin finish. I think he already had mattes. I'm not really interested in any of the lip colors that Makeup by Mario has to offer currently or ever, I think. So I'm definitely interested in the brand as a whole to see what they do, but it's definitely a brand where I don't feel I need to try the entire line. Like, I'm just going to pick and choose. One of the cream blushes, the soft sculpt like blush sticks, those are on my wish list for when I do travel to Paris this week, so I might pick that up. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure if they have the color I want or not or whatever. So that's my next Makeup by Mario pick, but it's one of those brands I'm just slowly dipping my toe into. Like, I'm not gonna like buy the full, because it's an expensive brand. I'm just gonna buy like one product at a time. MAC has, is this also Lunar New Year? I'm not sure. It's called Love Struck Luxe, so this could actually be a Valentine's Day collection now that I realize it. Yeah, it has hearts on it. So there's an eyeshadow palette, lipsticks, powder blushes, liquid highlighter, loose setting powder, mascara, and a cleanser. It just seems to be products they already do in different packaging. No can do. No can do. For Lunar New Year products from ABH, there is a highlighter. This is the Glow Seeker Highlighter in Pear. And this thing looks absolutely stunning. I really just don't need it. I really don't need this. So I'm sort of talking myself out of it, but I really enjoy this one. This is like the only Lunar New Year release that really appeals to me. Like, that shade, it's like a perfect blend between warm and neutral and cooler undertones. Like, it looks really stunning. It will work on so many skin tones. Remember what I said about 2016 being back? This is the new ColourPop release. This is their Golden Hour eyeshadow palette. It's a 16 pan of like oranges and yellows. So you know what we're going to do with it? We're going to skip this one. But for everyone who loves warm tones, run to ColourPop. More Sephora news here. They have an entire line out with new powders, and I think there's also some highlighters and like some contour things. Like, I'm not sure if it's just supposed to be like powder or contour. It's like contour and highlighters. That's what they're doing new. Seems pretty. I don't know. If they have these out in the French Sephora, I might swatch these and let you know. But the thing I'm really hoping to find, I already mentioned, right? I'm on a concealer kick. The Best Skin Ever Multi-Use Hydrating Glow Concealer. If I can find that, I think I'm gonna snatch it up. In fact, there was a BB cream at Sephora that I saw when I was in Italy that looked really interesting to me, but my shade was out of stock. So I'm hoping to find that BB cream and then this concealer, because I haven't tried Sephora collection products in such a long time, like such a long time. So I'm due a Sephora collection trial for sure. Flower Nose has the Little Angel collection out, and as per usual, stunning packaging from Flower Nose. They just know how to do good packaging. I just have like very few shots of what this makeup actually looks like. Like, there's just no images here of the actual products. Everything is just product shots. So we have an eyeshadow palette, cream blushes, matte lipsticks, highlighters, a primer, a lip mask, perfume, mirrors, brushes, hair clips, some sort of cup, powder puffs, and a box that it comes in if you buy the whole thing. I think I like the Swan or the Ballet collection that they've done before. I think I like those products a little bit better. Like, I like the look of those better, like in terms of the shades that they did. So if I'm going to buy Flower Nose, which is a brand that is on my wish list for 2024, I'm probably going to be making it one of those things. Then we have the Gloss à Lèvres, the hydrating plumping lip gloss from Gucci. So Gucci didn't have gloss yet. I really enjoy all of my Gucci lipsticks that I have, but I'm not sure how many shades are there. Oh, there's only 4 shades. That's a bit of a shame. There's like a clear and 4 colors. A light pink, a red, a brown, and an orange. None of those shades appeal to me. Come out with a good mauve, and then we'll talk. Dior is announcing on their Instagram that they will be reformulating their Rouge Couture line. The Rouge Dior New Couture lipstick coming soon. Rebirth of an icon. And they are like dropping little hints on their Instagram. So seems like they have redone their entire like standard line of lipsticks, which I've tried those in the past and I've liked them well enough, but Dior lipstick isn't my favorite. Like, if you want to go bougie lipstick, I would pick Gucci over Dior. That's just my pick. ColourPop has multi-chrome eyeliners. If you've never tried multi-chrome eyeliners yet, then these may be interesting. I have mine from Kaleidos, which I use from time to time if I want to do crazy, weird looks. I had a party in December, and it was a masked ball, and I didn't have a mask, so I drew one on using multi-chrome eyeliners. It worked okay. So, yeah, these are great if you just want to have a bit of fun. And then Bella Beauty Bar has teased, and I think this is the last thing to talk about, yes, a new palette with Deandra Nicole, who also did a collab with Unearthly, I believe. And this is the Ultraviolet, but I don't have a color story yet. If I do find a color story picture by the time this video goes up, I'll pop it up on the screen, but it's called Ultraviolet, so if it's a lot of purples, I might like it. It should come mid-January. So this is about to be released. So yeah, those are all of the new makeup releases that I wanted to chat about with you. So thank you so very much for joining me here today. I really hope you enjoyed watching today's video. Thumbs up the video if you liked it. I really enjoyed making it again for you. As I said in the intro, I do this once a month on this channel to avoid going crazy myself. But yeah, I have lots of other content coming your way. So if you'd like to stay tuned for all of that goodness, 4 videos a week on this channel, 1 video a week on my second channel, and daily posts over on the blog. So I hope to see you in one of those spaces. And then I hope to see you very, very soon in another video. Bye-bye.